Hello, everyone. This is Shadow AV signing in from YouTube. Hello, everyone. How's it going? So, I just did this little audio vlog here, and I'm putting up gameplay of Star Wars Battlefront that I did on Saturday. And if you were watching the stream, I was not really. How do I say it? By the way, this audio, I have no script. Again, I have no notes in front of me. This is all coming from the top of my head, and you all know how well that goes. So, let me first talk about what I thought of the Battlefront beta. And yes, even though it is a beta, I sort of have a sort of worry about the developers, DICE and EA, because they already delivered two sort of mediocre products. I mean, Battlefield 4, which was released, was a disaster, was a launch disaster, and then Hardline, which is completely split down the middle. Nice. Some liked it, and some hated it, because of the excuse that Hardline was a Battlefield reskin. Now, what do I think about Battlefront? In the current state it is now, it's better than Hardline? I mean, many people are already saying it's Battlefield 4 with a Star Wars reskin. No, even though it does almost feel like almost every first-person shooter ever, it's not Battlefield with just Star Wars put into it. It has everything that makes it Star Wars. The soundtrack, the looks, the vehicles, even the tiniest detail has Star Wars written all over it. I mean, for any Star Wars fans out there, that's a good thing, right? Well, the controls are somewhat of a different story. The controls are going to take time to adapt to because, well, the controller for soldier gameplay, infantry gameplay, like for the Rebels and the Empire, are pretty much the same thing, even in first person and third person perspective. Yes, you can switch from third to first person, as you can probably already see from the gameplay. And yeah, the infantry is fine, but the aiming in third person mode is sort of off, because even though it points at an enemy, it doesn't directly fire at the enemy. Even though that's fine and all, but even when I'm behind cover, it has to make sure that the crosshair is at least aiming where the weapon is aiming at. I don't know how to say that. So now for the heroes, like when you control like a legendary character, like in this case Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker on each side, they're pretty much almost the same thing. It's almost the same story. They're alright to control. The infantry controls are fine. The flight controls, when you pilot the A-Wings, X-Wings, TIE Fighters, TIE Interceptors, the Snow Speeders, you only have one. Well, I usually play with only two sticks to control a sort of plane-like vehicle, but with these spaceships, you only get one stick to control them. And I think the other button is to, like, the other thumbsticks, I don't know what was the purpose of that. And the evasive, even though it is useful, however, once you use it, you pretty much are screwed for the majority of the time when there's like a real dogfight going on. Now, the only modes available for the beta were Drop Zone and Walker Assault. Drop Zone is basically almost like capture the flag, almost. Not really capture the flag, more like capture the point, where you have to stay in one location and claim that spot while enemies are trying to claim it themselves. And if you claim that spot, you will earn sort of power-ups. And these power-ups like can give you either infantry like automated turrets, smart rockets, which is the RPG, and or an orbital strike. And I know I'm missing some. Drop Zone is sort of for the small size, it's alright. It was a lot funner than Walker Assault, because in Drop Zone, well, both sides can win. And it's not like focused and unbalanced as Walker Assault. In the beta, Walker Assault is, as many people already claiming, is terribly unbalanced. No matter what happens, the Empire will have a 9-to-1 chance that they will win. Yes, like almost it's no guarantees that the rebels will win. The Empire will always be victorious in a walk or assault. Mainly because the Empire is overpowered with vehicles. I mean, the ATSTs basically spawn right behind it, but then take long to shoot down. And how do I say? And there's in the spawn points. Spawn points are sort of how would I say it? Not well thought out. Like they randomly spawn you right in the battle and then immediately get killed as soon as you spawn. Even though you can spawn from a partner, from a randomly selected partner. And even yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, the spawns. They're alright to a certain extent though. Now, there also in the beta was the Horde Mode, in which called the survival missions, and they're fun. It's basically Horde Mode. Yeah, just Horde Mode. And in the beta, you can only go up to 6 waves of enemies, which in the full game is stated to have 15 waves of enemies. Now, I would say it's a beta. Why didn't they let us try out other modes like Fighter Squadron to finally fly the X-Wings and start fighting Star Wars style space battles? Well, there are no space battles as of now, because who knows. So, with that short description, my overall impression of Battlefront is sort of a meh. It's not really worth like $60, because remember, this is only multiplayer and cooperative survival missions, Horde modes. There is no campaign, so I don't really know that it's worth the $60 price tag. I would say like either $45 or $40. But apparently Call of Duty thinks that's alright to pay $50 for a campaign, zombies, and pretty much that because they only say their campaign for Black Ops 3 is worth $10. Well, that's a story for another day. So, the beta, it's a beta, so the beta was meh. But if they manage to fix it, some of the problems, at least to make it enjoyable, the Battlefront will be an enjoyable game. But I would say to delay it a bit more. But they'll be like, no, I mean, let's face it, The Force Awakens comes out in like 2 months, so they want to build up the excitement for The Force Awakens. I am excited. I want to see The Force Awakens. My dad, probably gonna take my dad to the midnight screening. Probably, that is. I'm gonna force him to come to the midnight screening, because yeah, well, that's a story for another day. Well, that was my overall impressions of Battlefront. This is my own personal impressions, okay? It's if you don't agree with me, okay, that's fine. It's my own personal opinion. Whether or not you will buy the full game is all up to you. Now, with that said, I'm gonna talk a bit more about my YouTube channel. I currently have no plans, no schedule set, because with me, who knows what could go on with my life. Right now, I'm looking for a job, yes, I'm unemployed, and yes, I'm not getting paid for anything I do here. So I have to find a job, make money, and hopefully end up making money on YouTube once I reach a certain status, or get noticed, or whatever. Now, right now, my Twitch streams are going fine. There were some technical hiccups during my Sunday stream. No, it was my Saturday stream. And right now, I'm thinking of playing a few games. And, well, let me tell you right now that it's Halloween, but I don't really celebrate Halloween, like, go out, get trick-or-treats and that. But because it's Halloween, that gives me a perfect chance to play some Halloween games. So maybe play some Slender, the 8 Pages, yes, and Five Nights at Freddy's, or Amnesia: The Dark Descent, which I recently got for free on Steam because it was free one day. And speaking of scary games, I am still finishing up Until Dawn. Even though I recorded like 8 parts of Until Dawn, I'm still not done with my second walkthrough of the game yet. I will record as soon as I finish the other 8 parts, the other 6 parts, because now there's 2 parts. You can watch them here. There were 2 parts, and now there's 6 more parts I had to edit. Now that sounds easy, right? But I have other things in life, and I'm also lazy. I always end up listening to music and stuff like that. Yeah, which is why I make the fan trailers I do, because I want to see, because I've been seeing a lot of trailers that I don't know how to explain it, but I always listen to the music in trailers. Okay, if the the recent Last Witch Hunter trailer, which featured the Sierra's cover of Painted Black, and I thought that trailer made the song look the song fits in with the trailer. Though when they released the official version of the song, I was disappointed. I guess that's the magic of editing, which is why I like to edit stuff. So yeah, this is just a small audio vlog of just something I did. So keep a lookout for my Until Dawn playthrough series, and some more Twitch streams that I might be doing in the future. Now for this Saturday, I don't know what I'm gonna play. I think I'm gonna start playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent this Saturday, but I don't know, because life comes by and ruins your plans and stuff like that. But let's see when the time passes, when we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Oh, like I said, nothing, no script, no notes, no nothing. It's all from the top of my head, and you could see how well that is going. So, thank you all so much for listening, and I hope to see you later. Till then, this is Shadow AV signing off. You have got to be kidding me.
Bruh.